It's so funny how the cards come out this way. You cannot make this up. The Magician and the Two of Cups, pretty much. It's like, what's the next step? Magician is manifesting or something you've already manifested. Two of Cups is that soul connection you always wanted. So that's the next step, is just to be in the soul connection. Enjoy it. Like, you got what you wanted ultimately. Hi my dear Scorpios, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing your reading for the month of May. Now again, there's so much going on in May for Scorpios. We do have Mercury retrograde until May 14 in your 7th house of relationships. We have lunar eclipse on May 5th right on your sign. We have Jupiter entering your 7th house of relationships on May 16th. So there's so much going on, and this is just like the main events. There's more than that as well going on, which we'll talk about as we go. Yeah, so if you're Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, you're welcome to watch this. Give this video a big thumbs up before we get started. And for all the information we have, okay, as of I'm recording right now, Etsy shop's still open, so you can book the readings there. I will update if anything changes, because it is going to change. I am going to be closing it, but for now, if you want to book anything, you can do so in my Etsy shop. As of the moment I'm recording this, there is a spot for private student, and you can also stream my VIMEO course, which is not private, but it's just a streaming VIMEO course for beginners in tarot. And you can support this channel in many ways. You can join the memberships, you can donate, you can say thanks in the button. So, many ways to participate with the content. And of course, as always, give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and let's get started. I want to look more into the May energy. And there is like a few powerful things actually that happened, before I was usually before I do my reading, I like to meditate. There were a few powerful things that happened, which I'll probably share as we go into your reading. But anyway, let's get started. Let's start with general energy for you guys. Let me just move this. Yeah, this is better. Let's start with general energy. Let's see what my Scorpios are feeling the most right now. I really think that for you guys, lunar eclipse is going to be very powerful. So I looked into when did we have this kind of eclipse last time. I think it was 2004. I don't know if you guys were around then, what age you were around 2004. Maybe you were like teenagers, maybe you were just born, maybe you were already in your 20s. Have no idea. The range of people watching this channel is literally like from anywhere 18 to like 60. So, you could have been around 2004, where we had exact same eclipse. Well, not exact same, obviously, but it was also May 5th. 15 degrees Scorpio lunar eclipse, 2004, I believe. Pay attention to what happened around that time, because something very similar could be transpiring in your life now, or maybe it's a culmination of certain lesson that started then, or maybe it's a similar event. Honestly, it would really, this kind of specifics would depend on your chart, but let's take a look. I'm personally excited about this. I do think that this eclipse could be a difficult, once again, event for the world. And it also could be, I would just say, be careful with everything. Like, I think everything is like very volatile in the world. For many other signs, it could be also a pretty challenging eclipse. But as I always say, it's in a way kind of weird for Scorpios, because sometimes some of the most challenging events that are happening worldwide or with other people, you are like, it's weird, because it's almost like for you everything happens in a way where you can empower yourself and you get things you desire, sometimes through more dark times even. And again, I'm not saying that this is necessarily like a dark time. It could be a little bit, but not for you. So let's just see. We have here professional assistance, victim mentality. Let's see two more. We have here deception, and we have here increase. Bottom of the deck, new supportive connection. So this is not about love. I don't feel like this is about love. I feel like when it comes to your career path, this is a very specific message here. You will be getting whatever assistance you need to change your careers. For those of you who really want to change your careers, and I really do see that for some of you, there is a high possibility, like if you've been wanting to change career path, if you've been wanting to try something new, this is the time where you will really search for whether people, places, things, resources, maybe you will manifest them, that will help you. Like if you've been feeling like, oh my God, why can't I have X, Y, and Z? Like I really know that I'm supposed to be doing like this type of career. Maybe you want to be a musician, maybe you want to be an artist, maybe you want to be a YouTuber, maybe you want to work in finance. I have no idea. Whatever that is, I think there is going to be the assistance given to you to get out of that space where you're like, oh, I've manifested only this, I want more. You will be able to get out of this, because I do feel like with deception card, it's been a lie. Like in your life, there has been a lie that, I don't know, let's just say you make $10,000 a month or $20,000, so 5,000. Could be as little or as high or as low. It doesn't matter really the amount. But if whatever the amount is, like, I don't care even if you make a lot of money or if you're already successful. I feel like whatever the amount and whatever the level of success you've achieved so far, the biggest lie about this is that this is as far as you could go. And I feel like even if you are very successful, I feel like even if you already manifested abundance and wealth in your life, it is a lie that this is the limit. And again, I'm here not coming from the perspective of like, oh, just grab as much as you can, even though whatever, it's your life, right? But it's like, it's from the perspective, you don't even know how much is available to you. And whatever you want to do, you know, with the resources that are given to you, improve the world, help maybe others, or even if you just, you know, you want things for yourself, it does not matter. The idea here is that whatever you achieved so far, it is the biggest deception maybe that you've accepted, that this is how far you could go. So maybe again, there's certain income you have, and maybe it's not bad at all, maybe it's like really good, and maybe you're even successful in what you do, no issue. But I feel like it's a very big lie that this is all you could do. Or maybe even you have a talent, right? Like even, you know, like with me, like I'm very talented, obviously, you know, with tarot, with astrology, psychic stuff. But it would be a lie if I would limit myself that this is the only thing that I do in my life, or the only passion, or the only talent, gift, or the only reality I can experience, right? Used to get very triggered when people would just call me a tarot reader, because I'm like, do you even know how many things I do in my life, right? So, but it's not about that though. I feel like whatever it is and whatever level this resonates with you, if you don't want to accept that something is final, like, okay, this is your degree, this is your job, or this is your income, and again, all these things could be good and high and nice, but if you really feel like you were born for more and you're meant to have more, or you are meant to have something different, whatever your situation is, you can have that. You just have to make sure you do not allow your circumstances currently to convince you that this is where you're supposed to be. Let's see. We have here new supportive connections here. We also have here a family card. We have present power, and we have here friends and colleagues. So I feel like for some of you, you are also going to be in a space where you manifest new connections. For some of you, you're thinking about future, thinking about family, thinking about having kids. Empowering really yourself through surrounding yourself with people who can bring you the things that you desire. I also feel like there could be a commitment coming from the loving woman here in this case. A teacher, new beginnings. For some of you, I'm just seeing next 4 or 6 months you might get pregnant. That's something that might happen, and you will have, like, specifically here I'm seeing you're gonna have a male child, so like a boy, you know. Like we have here kindred partnership, courage, family, friends and guides, and great gratitude. I do feel like there is something here about other people becoming more involved in your life somehow. So maybe you're more social, maybe there is more connections that are appearing. But regardless of whatever it is, what I really like is that you will have probably the family, like you will have your, like you will have a family with your person, and most likely for some of you, I've seen this I think before, you might even get engaged or get married if you are not yet. So something like that. All right. Now let's specifically look at what's gonna come when it comes to you and your person. Now, as always, the deck we're gonna use, actually let's go for this one. Let's go Tarot de la Nuit. I don't know why, but I feel very drawn to this now. First row is you, second row is your person. This reading might go a little faster because we already recorded May. So let's see. We have here your first card, Four of Cups. This is you. We have Knight of Swords. We have the Hermit. What else? Do we feel like six? Yes, 6 today. 6 of Pentacles. The Fool. And we have here the Knight of Pentacles. I'm hearing that you're choosing yourself, and that brings everyone around you to their knees. Ooh, I don't know what it means. You guys, what are you up to? Second row, your person. Chariot, yeah, okay, 10 of Cups. The Sun. I'm hearing your person will do anything just so that you would be happy. We have the Two of Swords. Ouch, oh my god, I'm so sorry, guys. Why am I always doing this? Okay, we have the Three of Swords. If you leave them, I feel like they will never recover from this. Five of Cups, exactly. Let's see, Three of Wands. I feel like you have a lot of power right now in your own life over yourself, hopefully, and over your person. You'd say, oh yeah, look at this, totally. We have that card here at the bottom, Page of Swords. The only thing that I would suggest to be careful with is the way you interpret things around you. And I'm going to share about this in a second, because there was actually even some notes I made before this reading when I was doing a meditation. But basically, you have to really be careful right now how you interpret your reality. And also with Death to the Three of Wands, you really do have somebody's life in your hands. I mean, I think that sounded intense, but like, really, you are the most important thing in somebody's life here. Or if you haven't experienced this, I feel like this is something that's coming. It's kind of intense. Now, when it comes to you, I feel like with the Four of Cups, you are not doing much. Maybe you're like really chilling, starting the month at least in this very chill mode, where you're just like chilling between eclipses, chilling with Mercury retrograde, because it's like literally first half of the month is eclipse and the Mercury retrograde. So you're just, I feel like, taking your time. With Knight of Swords, there's this energy where you understand that there is somebody who is completely surrendering to you. With the Knight of Swords energy, we have this masculine card, right? He's like literally on his knees. And with the Hermit card, I feel like your strong card, if you will, is this Hermit card, which is, you know, in this deck, it's so beautiful, right? It's this witch, right? She has this staff with a black raven, which represents magic, and this light in her other hand. So there's a snake here too. It's a very, very beautiful card. I think one of my favorite Hermit card in every like all of these new decks. I think this is one of the best interpretations for Hermit, and it's like it's a feminine card too in this deck. But what I'm seeing here is that basically your strong cards right now is, first of all, your esoteric knowledge. Yes, obviously, duh. But also with the Hermit card, you seeing the light in any situation and seeing how everything is working for you. I feel like when you get to that space in your consciousness where you see anything, no matter what is presented to you as something that's working for you, is something that you've created. And I'm not talking about this from the perspective, like I personally used to have a lot of resistance to that I'm creating my reality, or like everything that happened to me I created, because I was like, oh my god, what about this shit that went down, like did I create this? But then I decided to kind of just remove that whole notion of negative or whatever, and just started to look at this world as like, well, okay, I've created everything, this is like all part of my consciousness, I am creation, right? Because in reality, that's what we are, like as a whole, that's what we constantly create and co-create, right? And started looking at everything like that, and that made me feel so empowered, because I was like, okay, I've created everything, so it means I can change anything, and it means I can see things whichever way I desire, and I can change things, and I can create something new, and whatever. Basically, with the Hermit card, that kind of like elevated consciousness is your strong card right now that will help you get whatever you want. And another thing is, I'm getting with the Hermit card here, you not being afraid to be alone, you not being desperate for anything is another thing that really is working for you. With the Six of Pentacles, I feel like there is something here that's up to you, up to your discretion. Is that how they say it? Whether you want to give something to someone or not. I don't know what it's about. It could be your time, it could be your energy, it could be your attention. It's with Six of Pentacles, it's in your hands. Do you want to give it to this person? Sure. Don't want to give it? Whatever. Maybe this is why we have these two cards here, right? We have Three of Wands next to Death. You literally, it's all in your hands right now. Do you want it? Do you not want it? With the Full card, I do feel like there is a sense of like maybe you're starting fresh, starting something new. Maybe you're starting a new connection even. Some of you might be like, oh, suddenly there's someone else I'm also interested in. You might have some new love interest. And I know some of you are like, oh, no, I already know who I want. I'm not telling you to like not do that. But I do feel like for those of you open to the idea of something new, and not even and also even those who are not so open, to be honest, there's going to be a new opportunity presented to you. It's up to you whether you want to take it or not. If there's any creative also interests you have, there's going to be an opportunity to pursue that. In general, with Knight of Pentacles, I feel like you are in this process right now, especially in the first half of the month, where you're evaluating what's being presented to you. You're evaluating also all the different places where you could go from the point where you currently are. And in general, you feel very stable and you're chilling. Like you're not, I don't see you in this energy where you're like in a bad place or desperate or triggered. I do feel like some triggers might be coming in here and there, but I feel like you're really transcending past them. And even with whenever you feel triggered by anything, I do feel like you're getting to that headspace where you are looking at them and you're really giving yourself a lot of comfort. You're like, listen, I've grown so much. Because if you think about it, right, for those of you who've been on this journey of really like working on yourself and improving yourself, think about how much you've grown. Think about how far you've come. And sure, maybe it's not 100% where you want to be, but appreciate that, give yourself really that unconditional love. Appreciate, how far you've come, whatever it is you're doing, because you will get where you want to be essentially, So, and, and another thing is, that was something that came to me before your reading when I was doing the meditation. Like really observe who you are today, because I feel like some things which you are still reacting to maybe from the past are part of your old story. Like they're not you even. Like if you look at yourself, I had this moment yesterday when I just look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, oh my God, I'm like the coolest person I know. Like I'm witchy, I am like esoteric, high priestess, I am so freaking hot, good looking, free, creative, and I was just like really in awe of myself, in a good way. And I was like, do I even resonate, or do I even identify with some situations that were problematic and triggering in the recent past? Like, does this version of me even having this experience? And then I was like, you know what, this is not even my story anymore. Whatever it was that recently was very triggering for me, like not so long ago. And I'm like, this is not even my story anymore. Like this amazing person, like this requires detaching, because we are so present sometimes with whatever self-concept we identify with, right? Sometimes stepping away and almost observing yourself from the distance really happens, and you're looking at yourself and you're like, this person, are they really having this experience? And then you're like, nah, that's not my story. And then you really start feeling like, listen, I cannot relate to the story anymore. Maybe it's my old story. Maybe it's my old self-concept. Maybe it was my mother's story, something she was dealing with, and I, kind of by extension continued the tradition. But that's not really my story. That's not who I am. That's not who I'm going to be. And when you start detaching like that and you start thinking, okay, I do not care. I'm going to focus on who I am today, which is whatever it is going to be for you. Maybe you're the person who can create anything, can have anyone you want. You're the only woman in the person's life, or man, whatever, right? Like, and then you start seeing how that old version of yourself, which resonated with circumstances, maybe it was some kind of negative circumstances you found yourself in, and you were triggered by them, but you are only triggered by something if you're still identifying with a version of yourself. So maybe there was a version of yourself that was not the only one, that was not chosen, that was not powerful enough to change anything in the way you want to. Maybe there was that old version of you who had to compete, or who was ghosted, or who didn't get attention. And when you look at yourself right now and understand that you've changed, you're not the person anymore, you don't even identify with those stories and experiences. And if you can literally, like verbally, maybe even affirm into your reality, saying something along the lines like, listen, that's not even my story anymore. Like, I cannot relate to this. I don't know whose story is it. Maybe it's my once again old story. Maybe it was my mother's story. Maybe it was my sister's story. I don't care, but it's not me. And that gives so much freedom. So, and after that, what you do, and I know today's reading is a bit different, but I really don't want to just every day read same cards, right? Like, I want to give you guys information that can help you. So I hope you guys like it. But it's like, if you persist, once you've shifted this, right? If you persist in the knowing that whatever it is you want, you're going to have. And if you simply observe, even if something's still popping up that maybe could be triggering to you, if you just look at this and be like, this is my old story, I cannot relate to this anymore, like that's not me, that's not what my experience in this life is going to be. And if you really have a belief deeply rooted in you, and if you can affirm this belief that you can create anything you want and you can have anything you want and anything undesirable can be removed and changed in the way that you want to, if you really have this just one belief in you, it does not matter. You will succeed, you will persevere, and you will get to where you want to be. So that's what I'm seeing this on your end. Oh my God, 20 minutes already, but let's talk about your person. So with the Chariot card, 10 of Cups, the Sun, 2 of Swords, 3 of Swords, 5 of Cups, you know, this decision that I mentioned, right, that it's in your hands, what you're gonna do, like they are very hopeful that now that they basically, you know, they're just so surrendering to you and they are showing you how much you mean to them, and they're really hopeful with the Sun card that, you know, the two of you will experience something amazing, like the past is in the past. If there seems to be with 6 of Pentacles though to the 2 of Swords, this energy where you're hesitating about something. I don't know, what is it? Maybe you were waiting for them before and now you want to make them wait. Again, I'm not saying this is right or wrong, but there's something along those lines. And there is a sense that they do have a fear that you are not gonna I don't know, you're not going to be with them. I don't know, what is it? Because yeah, I'm getting that like there is a choice, there's a decision, and if you are like choosing to entertain something else, we get the 3 of Swords and 5 of Cups to your person. It's almost like they are, I don't know, they feel very lost without you. Let's see how it connects, because this is kind of crazy. We have the Page of Wands. We also have here the 3 of Pentacles. We have, oh, the Star in the middle again. 2 more. We have the 4 of Pentacles. Yeah, I'm getting like you're taking your time, making a decision. King of Swords. It's almost like you, before you say 100% yes, I don't know, maybe this person proposed or gave you some kind of offer. There's some kind of offer they might have presented to you, and they might have thought that you were going to be like, yes, yes, you know, whatever. But you're like taking your time. Because it's almost like, yeah, look at this. We have the Moon and 2 of Wands here, Queen of Wands. Because I feel like you found your confidence. And especially after some kind of Tower moment that happened, you understood that, oh my God, look at this. You understood that everything is truly in your hands. I don't know how this resonates, but it's almost like maybe you foreseen this Tower moment, which I don't feel like is related to you. Maybe something in their life, you know, and again, not bad, hopefully, but like, there was going to be some kind of change, and you've been foreseeing it, and you've been persisting, like knowing that it's going to change. And maybe everybody around you was like, no, you are never going to get what you want. This is never going to happen. You're delusional. You're crazy. But it happened, and it kind of like made you feel more than ever that you're in control. And with the Queen of Wands, there is this energy where you definitely know, like you are never going to question your confidence again. And with the 2 of Wands to the Moon, now it's almost like you're looking at the situation and wondering whether you even still want this anymore. I feel like you do. I'm going to ask what's causing these doubts. But before that, with the Star card, there is a blessing here. So whatever you choose to do, this is blessed. Page of Wands, 3 of Pentacles, I feel like there's a lot of communication on how things could be built or rebuilt for some of you. 4 of Pentacles to the King of Swords. I'm almost getting like you feel that there is something that's not 100% honest or something like that, because King of Swords here looks to me almost like, I don't know if I can trust them. Maybe they are not showing all their cards and you want them to really show all their cards. Let me see what's causing you doubt. 4 of Swords, I feel like it's because of time. Because I feel like maybe in the past you felt like there was too much time you've invested into this, and you really want to make sure you're not going to lose time. Now again, when it comes to time, whenever you know that you're going to get what you want, it doesn't matter necessarily how long something takes, right? Like if I know I'm going to, I don't know, like write a book, and you know it's going to be the greatest work of my life, and it doesn't really matter like how long it's going to take, because I know I'm going to get there. If I doubt it, then I'm like, yeah, sure. Should I be wasting my time on writing or whatever? Or should I be doing something else? That's another thing. But I don't know why they are showing time. Or maybe you've been waiting for this person for a very long time. Like you've been waiting for them literally for like 20 years you were waiting to be with your soulmate, and justice. And finally, maybe they were like in a different situation, not available before, and there's a part of you that's like, why were you not available before? Like, why did you make me wait so long for me to meet you, to be with you? Like maybe it's some kind of divorce, separation that took a long time, judgment, because I feel like you could go, and this is not about right now, this I feel like something from the past that you're feeling. You feel like you've been going to so many places in the world, so many places in your life, but wherever you've gone, you always were searching for them. You were always looking, is this you yet? Is this you yet? Maybe even all the people that you've ever loved in your life or thought you loved, you were hoping that they were that person. You were like, is this you? Is this you? And you were trying to search for them in every person you've ever met, but you feel like maybe on their end it wasn't the same. Maybe they just settled for someone, whoever was the first person, I don't know, they met or something like this, and they were not waiting for you. You feel like it, right? Or they were not searching for you as much as you were searching for them. So maybe there's something along those. So this is a weird message, but you know, you don't have to take it. I'm just going with what I'm reading. And we have here, look at this tower, and it's almost like it took all these towers, and it took so much, even when you two met each other, for this to manifest. Hierophant, yeah, it's almost like there needed to be, we have here a tower next to Hierophant. This could be something very shocking when it comes to marriage, collapse of marriage, religious, spiritual views. Maybe there was something with religion too. Maybe there was something with like there was something very intense, tower to the Hierophant. And of course this is also Taurus energy and Scorpio eclipse. Let's see, the moon, yeah, so this made you doubt, I feel like, because again, look at this, Four of Wands. I feel like you've been waiting for this person for so long. High Priestess with the Ace of Cups, knowing that you're meant for this. But I mean, like, what's the problem? Let's get through to this. Six of Cups, King of Wands. I do feel like you've been searching for this people and waiting for not people, person, waiting for this person for a long time. Knight of Cups, like, and I feel like you're in love now. You do know that this is your soulmate. There's like a feeling, I finally found you. So I don't know what's the issue. Do you just want to give them a hard time? I'm not sure. How do they feel about you with this? Ace of Swords. They're clear now. Three of Cups, but it's almost like Seven of Swords. They had to run away from something that was not giving them that happiness, and only then they understood that this is not their destiny or fate, and they kind of saw you, something like that. And only then it's almost like they understood, oh, like it took them a while. Basically they are kind of slower than you in understanding what's going on, at least from your perspective. I have no idea how it all looks from the perspective of your person. But that's what I'm seeing here. Let me see. Let me take a Love Romance Angel before we go to the extended. True love. This is the romance of a lifetime. I mean, I don't know. This is very dramatic. So I wonder what the other signs in your charts are. But it's very dramatic because it's like you found this love you've always were seeking. But it's like you have a lot of things to say to this person. It's almost like it's some kind of, I don't know, we'll take a look in the extended what's going on, you know, how it develops, and also how does this person see the situation, what did take them so long. We'll find out. Link to the extended is going to be down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. We'll talk soon. Bye.